The Atlanta Hawks barely made it out of their series against the Nets, and now they will host the even more talented Wizards team in the second round of the Eastern Conference Finals. Joining me now to talk over his free pick on Game 1 of this series is expert handicapper Ross Benjamin. Now, the Wizards have had a lot more time to rest, sit at home, eat some popcorn, Ross, watch the playoffs, and there will be a little bit of a concern for the Hawks because the Hawks haven't been able to rest at all coming off of their most recent series. So, Ross, I don't think that this will be a huge benefactor overall in the series, but in the first few games, sure, it will definitely give the Wizards an advantage having almost a week off. Now, we'll get to your official pick in just a moment, but I want to know who you're siding with to win Game 1, Ross.
Well, the contrarian thought to that process would be, well, maybe Washington won't be as sharp and they'll come out flat from the long layoff. I do think it will be a factor, and I do think Game 1 is the only time that we'll see that come into play as being a handicapping factor anyway. I mean, Washington with an easy 4-game sweep over Toronto in which they just dismantled the Raptors. And then Atlanta, they finished the series off on Friday evening, and they won in blowout fashion. And then they have a quick turnaround. Not only do they have just 1 day of rest, but they're an early afternoon start puts them at quite a disadvantage, even though they're at home. And this is an Atlanta team that went 38-6 at home this season. Washington's getting 5 points in this spot. I'd have a small lean toward the Wizards plus the 5 over Atlanta in Game 1.
All right, Ross. Now, the Wizards and the Hawks saw each other 4 times over the regular season. The Hawks took 3 of those 4 games, and the total went over in all 4. So, Game 1 of the series, Ross, what's your best play for us to make on this one?
I'm going to lean toward a high-scoring affair here, Megan. We looked at a Washington team that shot 44.3% from beyond the three-point line in their first-round sweep of Toronto. This is a very good three-point shooting team from Atlanta. They've converted on 37.8% of their attempts on the season. Also, they possess the most lethal three-point shooter in the NBA this season in Kyle Korver. This guy's absolutely unbelievable. He's connected on 49.2% of his three-point shots during the regular season. Outstanding 23 for 58 in the 6 games versus Brooklyn. And, there's a trend here, too, that can't be ignored. Since the start of the 2011 playoffs, any opening game of a second-round series has gone over the total 26 of 32 times since 2011. Let me repeat that again, folks. An opening game of a round 2 series like this one will be, since 2011, 26-6 over the number, averaging 206 points combined scored. I'm going to take Washington and Atlanta over the total of 197.5 as my official selection on Game 1 of the NBA playoffs.
Absolutely, Ross. You definitely cannot argue with those numbers. All right, folks, so take the over 197.5 points. Hawks versus Wizards, Game 1 of the series. Let us know who your picks and what your plays will be on the game as well. Just comment below this video or hit us up on our social media links right there below the video as well. And also, don't miss out as Ross gives his predictions on how the series will play out overall in round 2 between the Wizards and the Hawks. Just follow the links below this video for that pick. And for all the best free predictions on the NBA postseason, keep it locked right here with us at Sportsbook Review.